today to talk to you about what I think is a very important topic, and that is tips and tricks for new large order programmers. Right now, the reason why I'm putting this video out is because a year ago today, I was christened like a baby into the large order program. I began my journey. I didn't even expect to get in. I had heard about it, but I really didn't know about it. It's kind of weird. I'd heard it being talked about, but I wasn't even trying to get in when I got in, and I got in. It was one of those things where support. I bought the bag. I bought a catering bag because I wanted to get a bigger bag, and I thought it would be good to have. And then I thought, well, maybe it'll give me some catering orders. But I really wasn't sure what I needed to do next. And then next thing you know, I'm on the phone with support talking about my acceptance rate, an issue that I had similar to what ended up happening in June. But because I had just reset my acceptance rate in August of that year and of last year. And next thing you know, I'm in the large order program. And my first order ever that I did for large order was Chick-fil-A. And for me, it's been a learning experience. Now, I am coming to you with knowledge because I believe that my market is a similar market to a majority of markets out there. And that is, I'm not a metro market. I'm a small to mid-sized market, depending on the market I'm working in, from small to mid-size. And LOP orders are not going to be as frequent. And I want to go over a few things so you don't make the mistake if you are put into the program or find your way into the program. And there's lots of information out there on how you can do that. One of them being allegedly buy your bag, call up, blah, 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 which is what I did inadvertently. Anyways, so let's get into this, guys. I'm going to give you some tips so that you don't make mistakes that cost you money. Let's get into it, guys. All right, so guys, you've got your bag, you've made your calls, you've sent your picture, you're here, you're waiting, you're excited, you're like, okay, I've got this new tool that's going to make me go dominate my DoorDash market. And all I got to do is now turn on my thing, drive over there to a sit-down restaurant or Outback or one of these places, just sit, wait, turn down all the trash, and they're going to magically just start sending me LOP orders. Fortunately, it's not that simple. Even if you go out and do all of the things that some tell you need to do, get your acceptance rate up, get top dasher, etc., you still may not make money if all you're looking for is LOP orders. Now, if you go down to a metropolitan area where there's a lot of nice restaurants and it's dinner time and you go out, you may get lucky and you may get a few orders. But if you're like me and you're in a non-metro, more rural area, you're going to have to make sure that you are still managing your value proposition and that you are not giving up valuable orders thinking, I'm going to go get this huge banger. Because an LOP does not mean a large order program. It does not necessarily mean large order payout. It means large order program, and it's talking about the order size. That's the first thing you need to realize. It's not talking about your payout, it's talking about the order size. Second thing, know the difference between a catering order and a regular large order program order, which is any order with a $100 ticket size or more. Now, the catering program will pay you a minimum of $8 and normally a $3 setup fee, so you're getting about $11 plus the tip. And in those cases, it's normally going to someone like Easy Cater, or it's going to a business, and a business is paying you out. They're normally pretty valuable, and they normally tip pretty well because it's a business that's doing it, and it's not a private person. So they're tipping normally customary 20, 25%, depending on the business, and you're going to be getting a pretty large ticket, so maybe $300, $400, $500, maybe only $150. It just depends on the business and the size. I've gotten paid out as much as $79 on one of those. And it was a nice one. That was exciting. I like that a lot. I got paid the other day $68 on one. And it was a catering order for a management operations meeting. Those in my area are not as prevalent. Now, if I headed towards the city, like Baltimore, Washington, D.C., and got down there in the morning and got positioned, I believe I probably find more. And I'm also active on Delivered and Deliver That, although Deliver That's never actually let me on the platform yet. I can't figure out why. They were supposed to, they haven't, but Delivered's let me on, and they've sent me a few orders. I just haven't had the ability to accept one or have it in my schedule where I can go down to the Baltimore area, which is where I'm active at, and take that order, that pre-order. My thought is that I will utilize the fact that I could DoorDash down there and hopefully find a DoorDash order
from Duncan.
That
Current price $8.
hopefully find a DoorDash order, turning that down.
15 cents.
Hopefully I can find a DoorDash order that will, or DoorDash orders that I can dash all the way back, because that is a pretty hot area. The map is always red during the day. So my hope would be is if I could get a delivered order, maybe 2 or 3, I don't know, get down there, get my money, get in the car, dash back towards my area, and end up back mid-afternoon with hopefully at least $150 in my bank account. And then there I am, really, really primed up and ready to go for dinner. But anyways, my point is, they are out there. But what the thing is what you cannot do, the biggest mistake one will make, is if you go out there and you say, I'm going to go hunting. I've done this before, and I've tested it out. I didn't do it because of recklessness. I did it because I wanted to test it out for myself. I wanted to see, okay, what's it like if I go out and go into the market and just say, you know what, today all I'm doing is large order programs. And I went out, I did that, and guess what? There's been a couple days that it worked well. It depends. It's literally the day, maybe a weekend night, it will work well. But then I've also gone out on a weekend night and attempted that method and only maybe did 1 or 2. And while those were nice paying orders, while my delivery order value was really, really nice, my overall timeout wasn't that nice. And I ended up losing money on the evening because I was passing by orders that would have made me money, certainly, instead of me sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting. And then when I did get the large order, it wasn't large enough to offset the time that I spent waiting and looking and hunting. And that's the biggest concern you have to have, because the biggest mistake you can make, you can't get the time back. So what I would recommend you do is, it's a tool. It's in your arsenal. It's there, and it will come to you when it's ready to come to you. Don't try to force it. Let the orders come to you, right? Don't try to force it. Don't try to hit a home run every single time, because you will find out, as I did, don't swing for the fences, okay? Don't go for a home run every single time. The real magic of the large order program is really in the fact that it can take a good night and make it an excellent night. It can take a not so good night and make it a good night. It's icing on the top of the cake. It's something that you can't depend on, shoot for, or look for. Some can. In a different kind of market, you can. I'm talking to the small to mid-sized markets, because what you have to understand is this. You may have all the priority that you think you have, although I am skeptical of just how good the priority is, because you can't force anything out of this algorithm. Don't try to. Just simply be patient. Just simply go out, find valuable orders, do the same thing you've been doing, and then you will be pleasantly surprised when one of your orders pops up, catering bag required. If you're in the priority program, it might even have a plus sign with it. Or if you're not, you might just see $12.25 or $18.25, and you're like, wow, this looks like it's going to be great. And then you open it up and you see there's 18 items, and you see it's from a high-end restaurant, and you're like, wow, this is going to be a great payout. And then you see that $38 banger, and you needed 15 bucks to hit your goal, and now you're way over goal. Or maybe you needed 40 bucks to hit the goal, and now you need 2 bucks to hit your goal, and your whole night just changed. And then next thing you know, lo and behold, you get a second one. I've had nights where I made $150 in an hour and 45 minutes. It was right in the market I'm in right now. And that was an incredible night, but it was a night that I knew was not typical. And I wasn't shooting for it. I wasn't even thinking it was possible. I just got into the market and started approving orders, started looking at orders. All the orders looked good, all the orders were valuable, and I happened to be in the right places at the right time, at the right moment, and I cashed out. And that's what you can do. That's the magic of that program. It is not in the idea that you're going to get these all the time. And if you think you are, if you try to get them all the time, if you start holding out, if you start raising your standards of orders and say, you know what, now I'm only accepting large order programs, you will end up making the same or probably less than what you were making before you ever got into the program, because it's not something that you can depend on as a sole form of income. Now, if you're multi-apping and you want to say, you know what, I'm not going to deal with the DoorDash app unless it's a large order program, because you have another app or two that's providing you with good order flow and good streams of income, well, have at it. That's fine. My point is, large order programs are not going to more likely than not going to be able to act as a sole form of income in a smaller to mid-sized market. So that would be my advice to you guys. Maintain your same order value strategy, take valuable orders, and then let those large order programs come to you. Be ready when they are, have your catering bag with you, and be ready to take advantage of them when they come up and go make that money. Anyways, guys, hopefully you found this helpful today. I apologize for some of the technical difficulties as we were driving through the market here. I just got a nice $18 Panera Bread order. It did not say catering bag required, but hey, maybe it'll be more, maybe it'll be face value. It doesn't matter. It's a pretty good order, and that's where we're going to go, guys. So as always, stay safe, guys. Stay profitable, and Dad Dash will talk to you soon.